Mars is having technical issues, people. If you can't hear him, you're the lucky ones. So I'll do it. Welcome to Talk Casual. And somewhere on the magic screen, where I don't know where he is, Mars is sitting there trying to work out what he's doing wrong on the computer.
Here I am.
I'm just sitting here with a much better camera angle now, because apparently people don't like to see up my nose. So, yeah, we've got that now. Yeah, are you back, Mars?
Yes,
are you with us?
I am back. Here I am. I'm working now.
Ah, cool. Oh, I've already done the intro. So we're here. We're going to talk about some stuff.
Are we?
What are we talking about, Mars? Although no, that's the part I do.
Oh, you do? Yes.
I do. Okay, cool. All right. What are we talking about tonight? We are talking about some Armada news that's been dropping.
Yes.
We had a couple of cards drop.
Yes.
And there was also a interview with on another podcast. So you know what you do when you have your own show, you talk about other people's shows.
Well,
talk about a guy who there was someone jumped on there who, Mars, you didn't know who he was during our last stream.
Yeah.
And you were maybe saying things you probably shouldn't have, and I think you might owe some people an apology.
Yes. Now, people who watch the stream for our Clone Wars in depth, I made some comments about the gentleman on the stream for Gen Con about Michael Gurns. I've never seen him before. He looked like someone that just looked like he was from Asmodee and never worked on Armada. Then I got some interesting messages sent towards me saying, no, Mars, he's actually been the head Armada guy since day one. And I'm like, oh, crap. So,
as a Armada player who's been there since day one as well, Mars, you should know this.
Yeah, well.
You should know this stuff.
I will. This is a first here on Fly Casual. I will send a public apology to Michael Gurns. From me, I am sorry for what I said, but I know he listens to our show. He's an avid listener. I do apologize for that. So,
no one listens to our show. What are you talking about?
Yes, I know he listens. I know he listens. But anyways, I know.
He listens. Yeah.
So we found out some interesting information from, of course, the other guys. If you've heard of the Steel Strategy guys, Biggs and Schmitty, they had him on there. I know that I feel the same way as you do about doing other shows about other people, but I thought that this information was really interesting that he released to the guys, and we thought, let's just talk about what he's brought out, these juicy bits of nuggets. And he's basically said on that show that this is going to be a Armada 1.5. So it's not going to be an X Wing 2.0. It's not going to be a whole get rid of your old stuff and get the new stuff. It's your new stuff, your old stuff still works, but there's going to be some changes, and some changes he did drop on that show were absolutely okay. We need to talk about it. But first things first, let's talk about the new cards that came, the guys did release on their Gen Con show. So let's just transfer over to that. So we have first is Battle Droid Reserves. So Droid only. So your engineering token, or engineering, sorry, you may exhaust this card. If you do, you flip this any number of your face-up damage cards with a crew trait face down, and discard face-down damage cards cost 1 fewer engineering points. So that's a engine tech slot, whatever that is, the engineering point, and 4 points for that. And to ready this card, you need to get rid of 1 engineering token. So that's one of the new mechanics of Armada coming in Clone Wars, where you'll need to, this is one of those cards that doesn't ready itself after the status phase. You need to spend a token or resource to ready this card. Ian?
Yeah, it's interesting. So flip down any number of your, so you do a repair, flip down any number of your crew cards, the crew face trait.
It's not,
okay.
It's all right. It's
okay, right. But you don't. It's not like you're taking medical teams.
No.
It's okay. That's not really what I like about the card, though. I don't think that's that great. What is good though is discarding face down damage cards cost 1 fewer engineering points.
So yeah.
Now, I like that. That is actually what I like.
Absolutely.
Now, if you've got 2 damage cards one face up crew and one face down. You get rid of those for one dial on a Engineering 4 ship.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty sweet. Getting rid of 2 cards for 4 points. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. I think the bottom one text is the good bit. The top one is just an aftermarket. Here's a nice little incentive.
Yeah, sort of take it or leave it. Like it's not that bad. It just gives the cards something better to do. But you're really taking it to twice a round. You're going to get rid of 4 damage cards in 2 rounds.
Correct.
Like round 5 and 6, you got 2 repairs lined up on round 5 and 6. You're going to get rid of 4 damage cards.
So for a cost of a shield, you get rid of a repair card as well.
Yeah, for
so because it costs
pretty much, yeah. So shield or damage card.
It just depending on because what we saw from the ships for the droid army, they're heavy in shields but low in hull.
Light in hull. So I think on the droids, this could be good. 4 points. It's a case of it is good. I don't know if I can really knock this much, but again, there could be better cards like engine techs.
Yeah.
That takes up your engine tech slot. Engine techs will stop you from taking the damage.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I don't like the top part because again, you got that other card out there that we don't take anyway. Medical teams, 1 point.
Yeah.
But that discards a card. So look, that top section, I'm take it or leave it. It's nice that it's on the card, but discarding face down damage card, I can actually see that being very effective on the larger base, on the larger hull ships. Like
absolutely,
probably on large ships, maybe even the medium ships. I was not going to chuck on a small ship.
No.
Then again, because it is really annoying trying to get a damage card off a Corvette.
Yeah.
So
this is only separatists only. So.
But the separates have that Corvette ship. They do. Like everyone's got some type of Corvette.
Yeah. Well, they'll have.
They got that 4 hull thing.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. I can't remember what it's called. It's that small little thing. But I'm just trying to work out if 4 points for it to get to do it twice. I suppose.
Yeah,
it's the fact that you do get to use it twice. So I suppose it's a 2 point card that gets used twice.
And what do you think about spending a repair token to ready the card as well?
Yeah, it's good. It's that is pretty good. That doesn't worry because you get the repair token on the card when you start, don't you?
No. It doesn't come. It doesn't come with repair tokens. As you can see on the left-hand side, it doesn't have that green, the blue bar on the side. It means it doesn't come with tokens on the side.
Okay.
It means the red bar means you have to basically discard.
So if you have a repair token on your ship, you discard that to ready it.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Still wrapping my head around that.
That's one of the things that Armada 1.5 will bring into effect this whole readying cards the traditional way or the discard a token or discard a dial to ready a card. So
if you're ditching, look, to get the real effect on this on the larger, I think you see how it plays when it comes out.
Yeah.
But ideally, this is something, if you got a repair token on your large base ship, which usually is what I do, first round is usually repair those things. I've got that token to move shields later on when I need to.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking that, well, I suppose probably getting rid of a damage card is probably better with that token. Or that's what it is. Not just about getting rid. It's about getting rid of damage cards with a token.
And also the other thing.
It's about.
Also the other thing, it's face down damage cards. So if all you have is face up damage cards, and they're not crew trait, you're pretty much stuffed as well too.
Yeah, it's not really going to help you,
but
it's still most of your damage cards are face down anyway. So
most of them, yeah. I'm just like say an APT kind of thing gets.
I know. Yeah, this is a card that is kind of good, but I don't know if I'd take it a lot. It's hard to say. If I'm really looking for that hull, like the extra hull on those ships, I'd probably put it on there. It's either going to be a card you want to chuck on them because you don't need to go fast.
Yeah.
On the ships, you don't need to go fast, so you just put it on the ships just to get your hull back.
Yeah.
I could really see that being a thing, but.
Yeah.
Ships we got coming down though. I think I just want to know.
It all depends on what you get and how you're gonna kit them out right now. Right now, we're just seeing single cards, single ships. You just don't really know what's in the other.
Yeah, we still don't really have enough information about it.
Absolutely.
We don't know how they play. We don't know all the stats and everything.
Absolutely. Once the whole list does come out, then you can basically easily theory craft, and the new rules as well. On top of that, what will happen when this whole Clone Wars sets do come out?
Yeah, that's the thing. The rule change and all the other yada yada. But look, I do like this card. I think this card, it's either going to be one of those cards where you're going to see it a lot, or it's just going to be sitting at the back of the folder. I don't know. I can't tell where this will sit. I do like the card though. I like what they're going for there. I like the fact if you put it on a large base ship, then cool. The last 2 rounds, cool. We'll get rid of 4 damage cards, and then I'll live.
Now, if you're eagle-eyed like I am, this was the actual picture they used at Adepticon stream when they had the slideshow with that and the clone gunners. They had this one on there as well, and people going,
"Oh, really?
Yeah. Why do we need droid fighters? Not droid fighters. The droids on an Armada ship." And well, he is the answer there.
Well, we have boarding troopers, don't we?
Yeah. True, yeah, it's true. So,
well, you think about it, it makes sense to have them on there because we've got boarding troopers in the game already, and that's people running around. You got Vader who jumps on the ships and kills.
Yeah. So
what? No reason why you wouldn't have battle droids on ships.
Well, true. What would battle droids do on a ship? Well, they would fix your ship quite quickly and cheaply. All right.
Or they'd go attack opponent ships or something.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at the next card here. And then this is a Republic card. This is Clone Navigation Officer. So when you reveal a concentrate fire, a nav, or a squadron command, you may exhaust this card to choose a friendly ship at distance 1 to 5. That ship may gain 1 command token matching your command. You can spend tokens from this card to ready it. So it comes with 1 nav token on this card. It costs to refresh the card. I believe it is costs 1 dial to refresh this card. So so basically it's Commandant Oresco, I think it is for the Imperials, does almost the same kind of thing. So he exhausts and he gives you a token to another ship at 1 to 5, I think. On top of my head, I can't remember off the top of my head. Commandant Oresco. And yeah, this is the Republic version for 4 points officer slot. So
now on the side there, so that symbol means a dial, and you have to spend a dial to ready it, or any token.
I believe that I believe it's a dial. Because I'm just taking from what Thrawn has. Thrawn has that token saying he has 3 dials stacked upon him. Other people are saying it could be any token, but I think any token would be basically all the tokens on there. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to wait till the actual rules come out. I say it's a dial. Some people say any token. So we just don't know at the moment what that actual thing means. Because all I'm taking my references from is the Thrawn card that was spoilt for the upgrade card pack. Had that same icon on the left hand side where it says it had 3 and it had that token there. So you know how Thrawn starts with 3 command dials? That's where I'm getting that from.
Yeah. Now with the nav on the side, now that nav token you put on this card, so this one starts with the nav token.
Correct, yes.
Can it only be spent on that card, or can it be spent by the ship?
No, it's on the card. So
it can only be spent with that card.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's
okay. I don't like this card.
Again, I don't hate it. Okay, so it's look, Commandant Oresco is when another friendly ship at distance 1 to 3 reveals a command, you may exhaust this card to gain 1 command token of the same type. So it's a bit of a reversal. He's 7 points. This is 4 points.
I still think it's 4 points. I still think it's 2 points too much because you're going to get to use this a couple of times.
And it's an officer slot too on top of that too.
It's an officer. Yeah, that's the trouble. It's an officer slot. It's 4 points. What are you going to put this on? Like the only reason I can see this being used is because Republic don't have things like flotillas that can pass tokens easily enough.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to bring something like that or a continent to pass tokens over. Look, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, why would you take that when there's better things?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. They don't. The Republics and the Separatists don't have flotillas at the moment. So this will be Separatists will have their ship with fleet support, so that they'll get their tokens that way. I'm not sure about the Republic right now with what their version of fleet support will be. So maybe this is their version of fleet support. We don't know.
Yeah. Oh, look, it can. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you can use this thing. I can think of a lot of situations where this would come in handy, like things like raid. You got a ship that needs a squadron token to maximize a squadron command or something, or give it nav so it can, slow down, knock off the board, or get out of there or something. But I'm like, whatever. This one's not.
It's not,
you know where it's most useful.
Right.
You know where this card is most useful. When you have a ship that's flown past engagement or done something, whatever way. You have that situation where your ship, it's done its thing, it's done whatever it had to do, it's kind of moved away, and its last commands aren't going to mean squat.
Yeah.
So, cool, I'll just chuck a dial on this. I'll just set this for my next commander, like a one-command ship.
Yeah.
And then he can pass that token over to him and give him a concentrate fire token, and then that way he gets a reroll. So, look, you know what? If it had a repair symbol on there, I'd be more inclined to think this isn't too bad, because repair tokens are what you want to move shields around, but I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, to be honest, I'm not impressed.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, because
it's not. I'm just not impressed. I can't say it's a bad card. I can imagine a lot of situations where it's useful. You get to do it twice for free, but I'm looking at this thinking, why? There's better. There's better things there. There's so much better you could do. Look, this card, as far as I'm concerned, this should be worth 2 points.
Okay. Fair enough.
Be like 2. What's comms net worth? 2 points.
2 points. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 points.
But the thing is, they don't have flotillas at the moment for Republic. Again, that's
not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
It's coming though. But even still, it's.
So, Robert Nicholson says use it with Clone Gunner. I'll have to remember off the top of my head what you do with Clone Gunner. I think it's.
I got to look at Clone Gunner.
Yeah. That's at the moment we just don't know what their flotillas are going to be, so it's kind of like so
how long ago did you place here we go, Clone Gunner.
You got that one? So
yeah, I got that one. Here we go. Just waiting for it to load. Okay. Concentrate fire, you may discard 1 concentrate fire token assigned to another friendly ship at distance 1 to 5 of the defender. If you do, you're the blue dice set to. Okay, cool. So for 8 points, when you attack, you get to change 1 dice. You can guarantee 1 dice twice around to an accuracy. That can be useful.
Yeah.
You're spending 8 points to do it. Blink Turbo Laser Tower is 7 points. I don't know. H9's is 8 points. How much is H9's worth?
H9's. I think it's 7. I think on top of my head.
8 points. No, I think they're 8 points. They're not 7. I know they're more than 7.
H9s. Now you're putting me on the spot.
8 points. 8 points.
There you go.
So basically, you're spending 2 slots to give you a H9s.
Yeah.
Like you're adding a dice, so it is adding a dice. So you are getting extra dice, and extra die, more dice is always good. But in the world of ECMs, sometimes if you've got an odd number of dice in your pool, then adding another dice is going to help you.
And as I said, the officer slot is a very highly contested slot on.
Yeah, I know. That's the trouble. The more cards we see, I won't say this thing's overly bad, but it's a card to make another card work. You might say situation.
Yeah, it's a bit of a handshake kind of thing. So
I don't like that much. I'd rather cards be good on their own and then be really good when they're paired with something else.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Salvation and TRC.
Yeah.
Like that. They're both good on their own. Salvation just works a lot better with TRC. But you'll still take Salvation and Link Turbo Laser Tower, the same thing, if you want to. But looking at this, I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, this helps make that work. But if you're spending 8 points on the combo card, you may as well take 8 points, put the H9s on there, and bring an officer and take Intel officer or something like that, or whatever, and just cool. I'll lock down your brace, and then I'll Intel your scatter or something, or your evade or whatever.
Yeah, that's the mentality that we have. That what is good right now. So it all depends on what's on the ships, what
It depends on what's on the ship. Depends on how it works. You know,
Yep.
there's everything's open. Everything's open.
That's it.
Hey, maybe pairing this. Well, is there something bad about having two H9s? You know, because you pair a navigation officer or a clone gunner, you send a token over. You do your shenanigans so you can add a blue dice to an accuracy. I suppose you're doing that from long range too, aren't you? So that's an advantage. I suppose you're adding a blue dice. Oh, there's a lot of it's one of those things. You're doing all these things to make a trigger work.
Yeah.
But I suppose, you know, if you got a, it gives you a way of getting two accuracies around, it's probably not such a bad thing, really, is it? Guaranteeing two accuracies around to your attack dice.
Sometimes two accuracies is good. So
sometimes it is, and then sometimes it's pointless.
Yes, it is absolutely.
When you wish it was a hit instead.
Absolutely. Now, does the clone gunner change to any face? Was it any face, or is it just?
Yeah, I'll just bring it back up.
Because I think it was any face.
No, I think it's. I'll read it out properly. I thought it said add a dice. So
yeah, add it.
You may discard one concentrate fire. You may discard one concentrate fire assigned to another friendly ship at distance 1 to 5 of the defender. If you do, add one blue dice set to the accuracy icon to your attack pool. So if you're adding a blue dice, and if you're going to concentrate fire, then you can also add in another blue dice. So you're adding more dice to your pool. It is not bad. It is good. But again, you're spending cards for ship combos and...
Hey, two blue dice.
One of those fun things.
Two blue dice ain't that bad. So, again...
Two blue dice to your attack pool, you've got H9s, and if you're rolling some stuff, it's just look at it. It'll be good.
Yeah.
I could see that being good.
Yeah.
But it's...
Yeah, well, again, we'll have to say...
Clone gunners alone is enough, you know. Just spend the... Clone gunners alone is enough if you've got a friendly ship there that's got a concentrate fire token. Yeah, I don't know.
Now, Clint,
it's combo cards. I'm not a fan of like trying to pair everything up in combos across ships.
Yeah, I understand. Clint, we're not quite sure there'll be an engineering officer, but I presume there'll be a clone. If there's a clone navigation officer, there probably will be a clone engineering officer that gives out engineering tokens. It's just kind of
clones. They're everywhere.
That's it. Well, there's always that. The same with the core set. There's always those free cards that navigation, engineering, and like other ones that, you know, the ones I'm talking about that change your command dial to whatever it needs to be. So I think this is the version for that, but for clones. So I think that's going to be there. So those are the two new cards that were spoiled. Funnily enough, a couple of hours after our show was done. So this was yeah. So
we really got to do these things on Fridays, don't we? Not Thursdays.
Well, no, this is us after on the wasn't it? We didn't do this on Saturday night.
Oh no, we did it Saturday.
Saturday night.
Saturday.
Yeah,
great. So in other words, we should be doing this Sunday night because Saturday we're going to have another drop.
Well, yeah, this is when they dropped their cards. The Steel podcast boys dropped these cards. That FFG gave them to give them on the show. So, so this is what we're showing from them. All right, so that was the two cards. Now we'll go into what was actually said about the rule changes. So, as we are aware, as we look at the clone navigation officer, we're going to see more of this blue bar, green bar, red bar, card kind of interaction. You all saw the Thrawn card that was in the upgrade pack. So basically, this new icon, symbols and all that is going to be part of 1.5. A lot of cards will have that put back on, it's like a Thrawn, and then also in Clone Wars. So a lot of this will be stapled onto.
Yeah, that's not something that really bothers me when they say 1.5 rules change or something. I'm just worried about some of the fundamental rules that'll be changing, which is one of the things they did tell us about, didn't they?
Yeah. So
on that podcast.
So Michael's basically saying it's going to be more resources on a ship, like that stack of tokens on that card, and once they're gone, they're gone. So you can't use that stack of tokens. We can't refresh those stack of tokens, like in X Wing when you got the charge tokens that don't refresh. So they're more looking at that for Armada, but not as much as charge tokens, but as command tokens or dials, aka Thrawn. So that's one of the big changes they're looking at to do there. Now, one of the things he did state about was that pass tokens apparently are expendable resources. So we all laughed at the...
Now, this is something that kind of bugs me.
Okay, go on. Ian's rant, let's go.
Here we go. My rant, let's go. All right. So obviously there's going to be some mathematical formula to work out pass tokens. Someone gets pass tokens, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had all these fun things where they're doing everything they can to, fix the problems with, two-ship versus six-ship or whatever, this whole activation issue and that sort of stuff. And after hearing what he had to say about the pass rule tokens, is there something that could be used later, or something like this as a resource? I'm kind of just looking at thinking, guys, why didn't you just put a pass rule and just be done with it?
You did say it. You did say it when before strategic. He's like, it should be a pass rule in Armada, and we're like, no, we shouldn't have a pass rule.
Put a pass rule in. No, we don't want a pass rule, but we'll give you 3 upgrade cards that completely change the whole thing. So one of them has a pass, and look at this really big ship. Well, I suppose if you play that, you're limited with activation. So we'll probably give that thing a pass, and then everyone gets a bloody pass. Okay, so passes are limited now. Okay, well, what about the SSD? Does it only have 1 pass token now, or do you assign 4 pass tokens to that?
I believe
just make it simple and just give us a pass rule and be done with it.
Now there's an idea now. So the 3 cards that you're talking about are strategic, Bale, and Price, isn't it?
Yep.
Do you think
there's 3 cards?
Yeah. So those cards you think are going to get changed over 1.5?
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I don't know about Bale. Not many other people apart from Fly Bale.
For sure, strategic will get changed.
Yeah, I think strategic will.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
And how many pass tokens do you put on strategic now? That's the big question.
Is that what it's going to be now?
It's going to have that. I bet.
I almost wonder, did they just do pass tokens in those boxes with dials that way it made us all buy them?
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. It's like, why are we buying this upgrade, the dial pack with all these pass tokens? And like,
obviously, no, but that's what I'm getting at. Okay, why didn't they put all those pass tokens in the card pack? Why didn't they leave the dials themselves? Why did they put the pass tokens in the dials so that way they could sell the dial pack?
Yes, that's it, Ian. So we have to go and buy it.
Yeah, we go buy dial packs now. You know what? I'll just call someone up. We know some people who make tokens, so they can make us some pass tokens.
That's true.
They can make us pass tokens.
So you know that strategic is going to have that blue bar on the side with how many pass tokens on there. So you know how I'll go back.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah. I feel like that's what's going to happen with strategic. Again, with Price and Bale, I'm not quite sure.
Well, that's really crap. Oh, no, they wouldn't do that.
What?
You think about how crappy would that be? Okay, cool. Here's your box with your new strategic advisor with its new wording and its bar with its pass tokens.
Yeah.
Now, go over there and buy our other product to make that card work. No, I don't think they're doing that. That would be stupid.
You don't think, Ian? This is FFG we're talking about here.
You know what? Yeah, I don't think that would happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. But how bad is that? That is bad. Oh, yeah, we fixed the card. But to use it, you got to go buy that thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
But
that's so going to be a thing.
Yeah. So they'll probably say, stack 3 pass tokens on there.
I've got a whole bunch of those blue acrylic shield tokens from X Wing, and I don't play X Wing anymore, so maybe I'll just sub those things.
Yeah, just put an arrow on there.
Yeah, they're my acrylic pass tokens. It's just, one side's got the shield on, the other side's just blank, so they're my acrylic pass tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call the judge over if you have a problem. And you would. You would!
Yeah. Judge!
You would! Judge!
Illegal FFG product.
Oh, no, bugger that. What? I've still got all those freaking challenge coins I've been trying to offload.
Challenge coins.
Finally, I got a use for them. I'm just going to use those as my pass tokens. I'll pick a coin up and flip it on the table. Pass. Oh, that's going to be so satisfying.
Oh, jeez, Ian. So,
that'll be so satisfying. I'm pretty sure I've still got a bunch of those left there. I got so many of those things.
You got plenty. I'm sure you.
I got plenty.
I'm sure you'll find them. So
I'll find some. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. I'm going to use all those all those challenge points pass.
So yeah,
done. If that's what I do with strategic, I'll do that. Not that I fly strategic anymore, but
yeah. So they do talk about some more card changes. We'll go on to now that like XI7s. We know all about the XI7s change and advanced projectors now working now. So you're happy about that.
Yeah, it's gone back to the other way. So
Now, of course, one of the big things that we did get on the stream, the FFG Gen Con stream, was the points changes for Leia, which is pretty good for some people. And that's one thing that you're definitely going to see, I think, for a couple of things. I personally think they got...
Like Tarkin?
Like Tarkin, yeah.
Tarkin,
I put money down.
Yep.
They're going to fix Tarkin. And that's one card that needs to be points adjusted. Now, for the Rebels, maybe Sato and Sato. That's really.
To be honest, the only reason why Sato is great. Actually, his ability, his points cost, it's not bad.
Yeah.
The problem is that Rebels don't, unless you're wanting to do it with black dice. Rebels don't have good ways of getting crits like Imperials do.
How much is Sato anyway? On top of that. He's like a third. I presume he's around the 30 mark, like every other.
Oh look, I'll be happy to see him cheaper. Don't get me wrong. I'll be happy to see him cheaper. But
yeah,
I've always looked at Sato and thought, yeah, he's pretty cool. I actually really like his ability. But the problem
32 points.
Sato, 32.
32.
Yeah, so 12 points, you might say.
So
12 points to what? Change your dice into colors that work. Look, if Rebels could get good blue crit effectiveness, it's just 32 points is a bargain.
You never know. You never know what's going to come in the Clone Wars pack, what new guns is going to come in the Clone Wars pack. So there might be something that helps Sato in that way. But
the minute you have a card that lets you, something like TRC that lets you change your card from a hit to a crit, or even, I think Imperials have got all sorts of cards that let you add crits to dice pools, I think.
Screed helps you with the crits.
No, obviously Screed, but you've also got, cool, you roll a crit in this one, you can swap it out for that blank one, that other girl, so that we can kind of guarantee more hits that way too. And
Thrawn is not coming down. Thrawn has already been released. He's still the same points. So he's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Who's that, Clint?
So, the two cards that do need to be fixed for Imperial commanders is...
Mighty needs to go up, Clint.
Yeah. is Constantine and what was the other one? General... Oh, God, I've lost line. Tag. General Tag. Tag.
Yeah, Tag needs control.
So I don't know what they're going to do with those two. The two ones that everyone seems to not like a lot. I don't think points changes is...
It's his riding, actually, to be honest. It's not his... Tag's 25 points is a bargain.
Yeah.
The trouble is, it's just that 5th round, and it's 3rd round is the problem.
Yeah. So do you think...
If it was 4 and 5 would be better, but 3rd round's the problem. Who the hell's shooting you at the 3rd round?
Now, do you think 1.5 will change the wording of that?
I would be happy to see Tag's wording change to fix that. That's a good errata.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And what do you think? What about Constantine? Well, sorry, if you want to finish off Tag.
That's all I'll say with Tag. Just change him to 4th and 5th, or hell, even 5th, 4th and 6th.
Yeah, I don't see points changes helping either Constantine or Tag, but some kind of word changing for both of them will make.
Yeah, but then again, it's Constantine and 3 Omegas. We saw how good that was.
Yeah. Okay.
But was that Constantine or was that the 3 Omegas?
I'd say the 3 Omegas. But
I think it was the 3 Omegas against an SSD. That was hilarious. But...
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no. I think Constantine, his points are fine, 23 points, it's fine if you get that to trigger, but the trouble is his wording doesn't trigger. So, yeah, I'd be fine with that. It'd be good if Moddy went up another 4 points.
Yeah. don't make Clint's our viewer watcher, loyal watcher. Let's keep him happy, eh?
Yeah, let's not make Clint upset.
No. So, on those lines of cards, what other cards do you think they might have a look at to change in Armada? Not points wise.
They have a look at a lot of them. So
yeah,
I'm not too sure. Look, I'm happy just to wait and see what comes out.
Yeah.
It's I'd hate to speculate too much because I don't get my hopes up, and then I hate to think, oh yeah, this is all going to be great. Then all of a sudden, one of the cards is my favorite. It's really, they did that.
Yeah, they do have ability to do that. So
Oh, okay, well, here you go. I wouldn't mind seeing Jyn Erso and Charm Syndulla coming down in price.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
You really get to see those cards as well.
Yeah, you really get to see them. Because that way, 4 points is still a lot to put on your list. But if Jyn Erso was 1 point, you'd throw in there if you had the free slots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 1 point, I might get a VIP token off you or something. Or, yeah.
What I was just thinking, what about Intel Officer, the rewording of Intel Officer to make it a bit more clearer for people when to, like, how you roll your dice and then you have to declare.
Oh, yeah, the timing. Yeah, Intel Officer, I'd much prefer if the timing was just like at the end of your attack. Because, you're rolling through your attack, you don't have to stop and think Intel, then...
Yeah, that's one card that I think that could do a little bit of clearing up. And I presume that...
I don't know, though, because at the same time, it would probably almost break the card. Because when you see that, oh, cool, you add in your Akbar dice, you add in everything else, got this really cool attack, and then you go on Intel and really give them a bad day.
Yeah.
It will make Intel way worse than what it is now.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You're making them choose that, oh, yeah, cool, they've dropped a bunch of dice, but they've got to do some rerolls, they've got to do their tricks.
Yeah, because Intel always...
You're making commit to maybe a bad roll, so it's...
Yeah. Intel just is that card of, well, choose now before you... re-roll or anything. Your initial roll is like, right, you Intel now and forever hold your peace. It's that kind of card. It is a powerful card, but you don't get to choose after you've done all your modifications. So I feel like it's in a safe place. I feel like it's not going to be touched, but it is one of those cards that kind of goes, hey, maybe something can be done with the wording or something different. I'm not quite sure. It's just an idea.
Well, maybe look, it could change just to make it easier. I'm kind of thinking about, though, in the end, is that how many times you can only use it one attack. So how many times are you using it? You should just, if you got it, you should just be rolling. Oh, cool, I'm rolling my big attack now and just use it. You really should be. How many times? We all love double arcs, but we all know we don't get them all the time. So I don't know. It's probably better just getting the habit. But hey, you know what I'd like to see change though?
What?
We have those lovely cards: Wing Commander, Tactical Expert, Engineering Captain, and Navigation Officer. How about we take those from 6 down to 3?
Yeah, absolutely.
You may change it to that. 6 down to 3. Oh, no, that'd probably be too cheap. Maybe 4 or 5.
I know Intel Officer will change. It'll have the new exhaust icon on there, so there will be a little bit of a change with the Intel Officer cards. So that is a confirmed change on those ones because there are exhaustible cards like TRC. So they'll have the new icons, those the recycle almost icons when they come back, the original ready icons on there. So
you know what I want to see a change of?
What's that?
You reckon they do this? There is one card out of all the cards in the game. I think there is one card, like one command. Sorry, one crew commander? What do they call them?
Officer.
I think there is one officer that probably needs a good look at, or a rewording, or some type of better effect. Do you think about who I'm talking about?
Is it a rebel officer?
No, it's Imperial.
Brunson, is it?
Nope.
No, Brunson, no.
No, not Brunson. Obviously enough, I'm fine with Brunson. Brunson's a pain in the ass, but you can deal with it. No, there is one card, and it's probably the card that has probably got the most dust of any other card the Empire has.
I don't know, like what?
Director Isard.
Oh, Director Isard, yeah, true, actually.
I'm wondering, are we going to get something good for that card, or something that, cool, when you look at an enemy's shit, when you reveal a command, you may look at all the command dials assigned to an enemy ship. Now, how is that useful? The only thing that's useful on is when you pair it with slicer tools and be like, I'm going to check and see what that one is and see if I want to slice that ship. I want to slice that ship, but that ship could be a problem. Like, okay, yeah, that's kind of good. You're not doing that, though.
No.
You're not going to do that.
No.
Maybe you drop it down to 1 point, you'd probably do it.
Yeah.
But you need something else that, oh, yeah, cool, I saw your commands, but I knew what they were anyway.
Yeah.
It's just, it's cool. You got a squadron pusher. Yeah, sweet. You're pushing squadrons. No worries. You got a Corvette. Okay, yeah, cool. You just look at all you got nabs. You got something tanky and heavy. Well, you're probably just doing.
Corvette's only got one dial, so that's a pretty.
It's only got one dial, so it's kind of a waste anyway to use it on like small base ships. Like the card the card itself, there's no real, like, I understand the strategy behind the card, like why you want to know, because, oh, cool, I'm looking at your dial when you review a commander, and you're doing it like from any distance, so you can do it any way you want. There is tactic behind the card, but the trouble is there's nothing you can do once you know, and half the time you know what the commands are going to be anyway if you're playing well enough.
Well,
so I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing if there's one card out of all the game that really needs some love is probably Director Eyesight, because I think the only times people have ever flown it is because they took it by mistake.
Yeah, well, you could do that with slicer tools, and Robin's basically said as well with raid tokens as well. I don't know how you can use it with raid tokens and slicer tools, but the other
because if you got the ability to assign a raid token to somebody, like I know, but the trouble is raid is still very important anyway. But you assign them the raid token. It helps you get your raid tokens more effective. You can be much more effective with your raid tokens using ISARD, but at the same time, you got the same issue. You probably know what their commands are going to be.
Yeah. The other thing too is
you're giving them a raid token. This is the fun thing with raid. Like, you're giving them the raid token.
Yep.
That you shouldn't be giving them a token to stop them from what they want to do. You give them a raid token that will stop them from doing something that you think will hurt you. So it doesn't matter what their command is. It could be, if there could be any command on there. The token you want to give them is that, crap, there are squadrons near him. I really don't want him to drop a squadron command right now.
Yeah.
He might have a nav and he wants to fly away, and you might not like that, and it could be 50-50 if you, 1 in 4 chance of getting it right.
1 in 4, yeah.
1 in 4. You're picking the command that you know will hurt you the most.
Yeah.
Maybe that cheeky repair, so that way you can run away and repair and get away from you. That's what you're doing with that. So ISAR doesn't really help with the raid tokens, because you know what they're like. Sure, it's preemptive with something like what's that objective where you give the raid tokens?
Surprise attack. Yeah,
I think it's a bit, but I don't think the dials on that, you can give any one of those dials, I believe, can't you?
Yeah, correct.
It's not like they're not stacked. It's not dial 1, dial 2, dial 3. You can give any one of those.
No, it is. Sorry, it is stacked. It is stacked. So you have.
It is stacked. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. So it doesn't even work with that objective then.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really help you with raid, because that's not really the way you're meant to use raid. It's something that, for something that she was a pretty awesome character in the novels and stuff. And it would be much better to see her with something that, oh, cool, I've learnt your dials, now I can use that, I can have some type of effectiveness. So if there was any one card, like every other card, I don't care how bad the card is or if I don't like the card, every other card has a place. I really feel that. even cluster bombs.
Yeah.
We all know how bad cluster bombs are. Even
yes.
cluster bombs has a place, I believe. You can use cluster bombs. Terry's pissed you off with cluster bombs many times.
Yes.
I can see cluster bombs. I can see a lot of things, but I can never see any reason to take her. Yep. I really can't. No real reason to take her that can really improve your game. That's what I think. That's why I wouldn't mind seeing some love. I really wouldn't mind seeing love for her.
Fair enough, and you raised some good points as well. And on top of that, I was just thinking as well. Well, once you've looked at, say, if you've got a big ship that you want to look at all his command tokens, ISARD becomes Vader fodder too. So that's also for 3 points. So first skilled officer would be better as for a Vader fodder.
Yeah, if you want Vader fodder, there's other stuff.
But at least you can use once you've done looking at commands, you can use her as Vader fodder as well. So there's another thing too. So it is not the greatest of things to do with ISARD, and it's not the best thing, and definitely she needs a bit of love. But you never know. But I feel like it's one of those cards that's just. Yeah, you look at it and go, oh, that's interesting. And then you take it to my first tournament and go, oh, shit.
Well, that was useless.
Yeah, that's it.
You can go to a tournament with that card and just do absolutely nothing for you.
You know, how many times you see...
Oh, look at that. It's a Corvette swarm.
Yeah.
Well, I know what they're doing. Nav.
Yeah, basically.
Then maybe they might chuck a cheeky concentrate fire.
Yeah.
They sure as heck ain't doing anything else.
No.
It's...
Absolutely. So yeah, definitely. There's a card there. So Now, points increase maybe for any cards that you think that is too crazy.
My opinion. Nah, as much as there's cards that I hate, there's cards that there are things that annoy me, but I don't think I need to see a points increase on anything. I know it's going to happen. Something's going to be increased in points because someone somewhere complained about, they complained that, it broke my list, it was bad, it's this, it's that.
I feel like Brunson's going to get that. I know you brought up the feelings that Brunson's okay.
I hate Brunson. She's annoying as all hell. But look, it only works once.
Twice.
Yeah, only works once on any other ship except an Interdictor.
Yeah.
But you do it twice. Most people take Brunson, they're taking on something like Demo.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, cool, okay, it's annoying as hell. But you know what? You can only do it once a round, and if I shoot you twice, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you dropped one of the dice, had 2 attacks. It's good. It's a very effective card. 5 points. I hate it, but I don't think it needs a point change.
Cool. Awesome thought. Awesome thoughts. Now,
stuff can drop down. I don't know. I'm looking at everything. I'm just going through everything Imperial. Again, I hate Palp.
Yeah.
3 points, but he ain't that bad.
And you guys in the live stream, if you have any thoughts and ideas, what cards should be increased or decreased, give us a line and we'll talk about that. There's definitely some cards in there that
I'm sure someone's complaining Torren Far's too cheap, so I wouldn't be surprised if Torren Far gets a point.
Yavaris, 300 points.
Yeah, you'd still claim it was broken.
Yeah, it is broken.
Yeah. But Yavaris is already overcosted because you've got to put on Nebulon. And I love Nebulons.
Yeah.
And it's overcosted. Look, I can see some stuff coming down. I really can. But I honestly don't think any cards need a point.
I don't think anything major is going to happen, but like you definitely like. I see Tarkin something has to be done with Tarkin, so that's how I feel. But yeah, for Yavaris 399 points. Yeah, Clint, that does really well.
The thing, what probably scares me the most. I don't think they do it. But the thing that scares me the most is something like cards that are just you simply put they're just stapled cards. ECMs. You got the ECM slot. You just take an ECMs.
Yeah.
You got the TRC slot on the Corvette. You take a TRC.
Yeah.
You got I don't know, whatever else. There's a bunch of them. Gunnery teams on IST.
On IST, yeah. Absolutely.
It's just the thing that will upset me the most in this game if they do it is if all those staple cards, because they're popular, they're effective, and simply put, there isn't anything better than them.
Yeah.
Those cards will go up in price.
Absolutely.
That would upset me.
Yeah.
That would actually make me rage quit. So I'm thinking, okay, no, this is going to X Wing 2.0 points increase. Increases would almost make me rage quit after that.
I feel like
I really hope that doesn't happen.
No, I don't feel like it's going to happen. I feel like they're going to do the right thing and fix the cards that need a little bit of help, but not majorly change anything major like the staple cards that we're used to using. I think there's just going to be a little bit of reworking with, as I said, with XI7s and advanced projectors. That's good.
Bring cards up to the level of the staple cards. Don't push the staple cards out of being. Don't price the staple cards out of existence.
All right.
Bring cards up to their level instead.
All right. So now we'll talk about the final rule change that Michael did talk about, and that's the Squadron Ace Limit. So he's basically said for each 100 points in your list, you are able to bring one squadron, a squadron with tokens on it. So for a standard 400 point game, you are only allowed 4 ace squadrons with tokens on them. So brace and scatter, those kinds of aces. Now, I believe Rebels are going to be fine. It's Imperials. I think it's going to hurt a lot.
This hurts Imperial lists.
Yeah.
Because, you can take the Rebel Ace squads. They're fun. But the most, like we talked when I was doing the Rebel squads earlier, the most effective things are just like, you take the 3 Rebel Aces, Jan, Biggs, Nora, chucking a smattering of X-Wings and Y-Wings and go.
That's it.
In a flying
list.
Or you take Shara Tycho and a smattering of A-Wings, go.
Yeah.
You can pair it with any. You can Rebels really only need to take 4 aces. They don't need to take like so many aces like Imperials always do.
Yeah, that's the big thing about Rebels. Their generics are really good compared to the Imperial generics per se. But Imperials, you start off with Marek Jendon. Well, there goes 2 of your slots already. You've only got 2 left.
2 of your slots. Then you want any Dengar or Maula. Boom, then you're stuck with generics.
So basically the list that you came up, most of your list that you came up in the Rebel discussion squadrons are totally fine. Now, when I talked about Imperial squadrons, my 134 points of squadrons for Imperial Aces, that'll be totally illegal in the new format.
Yeah.
So there goes that list. But the concept still is there. You can still, as I said, I talked about the Imperial candy bar. You can pick and choose your aces there. Like, you got your Marek Jendon, you got your Sienna Valen, you've got your Dengar Howlrunner. You can mix and match whatever you've got, what you want in there, and still do okay with 4 of them there. Like, the good news is that your named squadrons without tokens are still okay to bring in the list. So like your Saber, like your Tempest, like your Rogue squadrons and your Green squadrons are still okay to be brought into the list without hitting that cap. So I love Saber squadron, so I'm just like, beautiful, that doesn't affect me, and I usually only take 4 squadrons anyway. So
the trouble is, like, a lot of heavy squadron players for Imperials really did bring 5 named with tokens.
Yeah,
it really was. 5 named with tokens is always that sweet spot. But then you had that lovely one which I hated seeing across the board when you take Dengar, Marek, Jendon, Sienna, Howlrunner, Muller, Valen, 120 points.
Yeah,
that's 7 named squadrons all with tokens like that. Your Imperial Aces. I hated seeing that.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't have nerfed it the way they did. I don't know. It's a nightmare to deal with, but at the same time, I don't see it as overly scary. Like, I could deal with it, but
the same. I'm totally the same. I was okay with the rules that it is now. Clearly, the Armada developers have gone, you know what, we need to change this, because that's what they've basically said. They said they've gone through all the data that they've gone through regionals and all that, and find out what is happening with squadrons, and said this is what we need. So, is it going to affect you and I? No, not really. There's going to be
probably not.
No, but it's just going to be some squadrons, especially those Sloane squadrons, those Sloane Aces, that is going to hurt. Those Sloane isn't going to be hurt that much. Sloane still works with generic fighters as well, so especially interceptors with reserve hangar decks. That's still a good list to bring out. So yeah, is it needed? Probably not. I don't see it needing to be happening, but some people were probably peed off with all these Imperial Squadron Aces, and they thought they needed it. So go for it.
Yeah, I don't think they needed it. Yeah, I don't think it needed. You know me, I hate nerfs. I'd rather figure out a way to solve the problem than just whack them with a nerf bat. But I don't know. That's the way I'm wired. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it need. I don't know if you really needed that. It's Clint reckons, yay, Gamma Squadron. No. 10 points for a bomber with grit. Why?
Yeah, it's just like
10 points for a bomber and grit versus how much is a normal bomber? 9 points.
Yeah.
Depending 1 point for grit. I suppose it's no longer heavy. You lock your opponent down, but extra point.
I just
got the extra point. Black. What's the other one? Black.
It's the same. It's the same.
1 point for grit and you lose heavy. It's basically the same, I suppose. Take a bomber, save the point, go for a 1 point bid.
Now, another thing that I kind of brought up is with the pass tokens and the activation padding that we were talking before. He was talking about the whole stopping of the first last kind of ships happening and all that kind of mechanic happening with demo and that. Your thoughts on that, and do you think that they might change the flotilla nerf of the maximum of 2 flotillas?
No, they went backflip on that.
No,
they went backflip on that. I don't know if I want them to.
No.
Actually, no, I think I do want them to, because then I'll just bring along my... if they did that, then people might go back to spamming flotillas again. And I can just bring along 2 MC 80s with the Mon Cameron one. I'll bring along 2 of those things with Spinal and H9s.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, cool, die.
But no, I say the.
I actually didn't care about the flotilla spam. So I was like, oh, cool, you're flying more ships that can't shoot me. That never bothered me. But they won't backflip on that. I think they're going to keep it at 2 flotillas. Look, I just don't know how these pass tokens work.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there's going to be the pass rule is going to be something more of a mechanic in Armada now, where you can bring a 2-ship list and do quite well. Like, I know 2-ship lists were doing well, so but like you can bring bigger ships or 1-ship list, and I presume the pass mechanic will work somehow against, say, a 5 or 6 activation list. Again, we'll have to wait till these rules do come out, but that's what Michael was hinting about, where that there's no need for activation padding anymore with these new rules changes. So
yeah, but do you take activation padding or do you take activation effectiveness? Because you're chucking in 2 flotillas, then like I fly 2 flotillas. I only fly 1 or 2. One's comms net, the other one's because I want to bring slicer tools. I don't bring it really for padding. I don't know.
No. I bring one for comms net and then the one for my squadron push. So yeah. I use the flotillas are good. 2 flotillas are awesome to use. I do use them for a bit of activation padding, but they do have an effect on my fleet as well too. So
well, this is an interesting question from David. As long as the pass tokens don't let first player have the final activation, they just might. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I'm
just say it's meant to be a resource, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do actually allow it that. Something like that can happen, just make it into a resource. I'm not stressing. I know because David's like me; he flies a lot of MSU, but you just learn to fly it better. I wouldn't stress over that so much because eventually they have to engage you. Yeah. So it's just annoying when they engage you. You just change your tactics a bit, but it would suck though. That whole idea of I suppose you know what? In some ways, I almost don't. You know what? There would be an advantage to that actually. I almost wouldn't mind if the pass tokens allowed that to happen, because then it would stop people building lists with stupid bids.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it would stop people building. Have people put more in their list. No, that's actually bad. Actually, let them waste all their points to do it. I'll just spend the points and I'll bring more to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather bring more things to throw more dice at you, but I don't know. I don't know if they do that because the trouble is I don't think they could break that mechanic where you have the whole first last, because if they did that, then what's the point of being second player to play your objectives? Because it's the objectives work because you're the second player, because you're going last, so you can capitalize on the objective a lot of the time.
Well,
so theoretically,
yes. I feel like you're second player to play the objective, really. That's most of the times I like being second player because I like my objectives because they help me out. So, so that's why I like being second.
Yeah, I really don't think that. I don't think they would do that. I really do not believe they would let the pass tokens completely destroy the whole first last. Have the first player have the final activation. I don't think they do that. But again, Price lets you do it, doesn't she?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Price lets you go last.
Price is the only way you can do it. It's once around. And you know when it's coming, so you can play around it.
Correct. So, yeah. Greetings, Luke. Yes, it does hurt Sloan Aces because generics melt next to 2 blue flak. So, yes, I know flak can... That's pretty good. That's actually a good thing to really see on the other side. It's like instead of seeing aces all around where they just go scatter, scatter, scatter. At least your flak does something now compared to not hitting. Granted, if you could double.
Yeah, but two blue flak with H9s is very effective.
Yes.
Against scatter races.
Yes.
That usually does it.
Yes, David. Price is predictable. That's what Ian was talking about, weren't you?
Yeah. It's a thing. Yeah, price is predictable and you can play around it. But yeah, I don't know. Look, if they had just thrown in the pass rule like they had with Imperial Assault and just been done with it from the start, we all have gotten used to it, we all adapt to it, we all know how to play it, and then we probably wouldn't have a problem. But It just seems to be ever since then. Just then they brought out those lovely 3 annoying cards. They bring out the pass token on the SSD. Now they're bringing out pass tokens as a resource. Guys, just bite the bullet and just create a pass rule.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen.
Pass till you have the same number of activations, and it would have fixed the problem. But
yeah, well.
Yes, I do talk really fast, don't I, David? Type faster, mate. Type faster.
Go on, quickly. But
quickly, mate, quickly. Yeah.
I think that was basically it for what we learnt about what's happening. Of course, we now have to wait till Clone Wars Armada does come out, and we can all laugh at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, we can all laugh. Yeah, it's coming at the end of the year. Sure.
Yeah. Yes. So some interesting changes. That's the other thing too. Actually, they did mention about the cards being that one size as well. That's going to be for everything now. It's going to be for any new ship, Imperial, Rebel, Clones, Republic, Separatist. It's going to be
all the more reason to work on those quick build cards I've been working on.
And
start working on those things again.
And the OP kits will be that size as well, too. That squadron size of cards. So I know it's just like
table space is a thing, guys.
Yeah, I know.
It's just going to be hard.
I know.
Oh, why?
Yeah. So I feel like what they're going to do, as I was showing with the squadron size ship cards that they did release last year, with the Corvette, Neb, and the Victory from the core set, I think they're going to build a production line of those, and that's going to be the OP kits. They're going to release the ships like that, in that way. They're going to give them as OP kits, squadron size ship cards for each and every one. Yes, boo, size changes, boo. Yes, I know that. Yeah. So
I don't know. I don't know of anyone who's actually happy about the card size change.
Yeah, as you can see,
I don't think anyone will be happy about that.
Here's a whole bag of the small X-Wing sleeves, just ready to go. Thinking fantastic. I ripped them out of all my X-Wing cards. I'm fantastic. I'll just use them in Armada. Now they're useless now.
If only there was a way you could make your own cards.
Yes. I will.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
I'm gonna do those quick build cards. That's just gonna be. That's annoying as hell for tournament play using always one.
Yeah. Well, I was actually making some more Armada Admiral cards, and I was working on a new Imperial card, and I've got some other ideas. I was working on a Rebel card as well, and I'm like, well, I've got to put the brakes now on there until I find out what all these points changes are going to be. So I'll wait till them get changed.
Yeah, it's the same. That's why I haven't bothered doing anything with mine, because I just want to see what's going to happen, how it all plays out.
So we'll see. I don't think they'll do ship changes, like ship points changes, but definitely any upgrade card that comes in that pack is definitely something might change. For the ones that we have already been released, we already know. So like Thrawn will be fine. Leia's coming down, so I can do a Leia card if I really want to for any of you guys out there. But anything in that pack, it's open slather for them to change at the moment. So I have to wait till the end of the year. All right, I think that's it for tonight, Ian. Any fun?
Yeah, I think that's it. Clint's saying need bigger tables.
No.
Well, we're all playing 200-point games now, so we're actually using smaller tables, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Actually, we're all playing 200 points.
So maybe we do have the real estate now. We're all going to go down to 200 points now with the new factions coming out.
True.
So maybe we do have all the size we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, just use the other half of the table and spread all those cards out.
Yeah. At least we still can use our old cards, Ian. So that's the important thing. So that's
the important thing. You know, I don't have to change it. I bought all the Rebel stuff that I'm ever going to buy. So, and I don't have to worry about it. And so, if there's a points change, I'll just get a bit of, just write it on the card.
Yeah.
Not worry about it.
As I said, we'll make our own cards, and we'll do them all in small size for all the old school players. So, yeah.
We'll do that. We'll create a whole range of fly casual upgrade cards.
Yeah, correct.
The aftermarket's always the better market, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, Ian. Any final words before we head off tonight?
as the current highest ranking Australian, I say, how are you the highest ranking? Isn't there an Australian above you? You came second, from what I remember.
Well,
yeah.
I think he's saying because he's Australian, because the other guy was David was British, so that's why he's saying. I think.
Not David, the other guy. Was he British? Was he?
Yeah, he's British. Oh, the league.
Okay.
Yeah, he's talking about the league.
Yeah, it's only because we didn't play our game.
David.
Yeah, we should have went over that. Yep. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah. Well, I know you. I did want to touch on the league, but
TTS doesn't count.
No, it's not official.
Yeah. Not official. Exactly. Actually, that's what actually really shocked me is that after doing all those TTS games, then we went and played that one game in the shop before we got shut out again, and I realized, holy crap, setting all these cards up is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Look how bad it is.
Yeah, it's not like you just press a button and it just appears.
Yeah, no, like, drop. There it is. Oh, and it was so inconvenient having to move the cards from the center of the table to the other edge of the table. Man, that was so bad.
Yeah.
Vessel counts less.
Yes. Yes, we know that. I know David does all the big tournaments on Vassal with all the international guys. Yeah, good on you.
Yep.
No, we still love you, David.
Yeah, we still love you.
All right, so yeah,
all right.
That's it for tonight, Ian. So I did want to talk about the league, but you've forgotten all about it. But there were some good games.
Yeah, I've forgotten what happened in it. But we had games. We had lots of games. I suppose I can go over it. Actually, I do have the results here. There you go. So in the games, lots of fun was had by all. Not everyone got to complete all their 12 games, though, unfortunately. Right. I was too short. I was trying to save my 2 for some of the people who hadn't played a lot of theirs. And yeah, didn't get to do it. It's just time just runs out and you can go for a while. People have lives and everything. Like, start having fun. But yeah, first in the league ended up by being David. Then it was me, followed by Alexi. Then one of our locals, Andrew B. We had Sam B. We had Kurt, we had John, I think he's a Kiwi. Jared was a Kiwi, I think. Then we had Ian C, he's also a Kiwi. Simon was 10th. Then we had Luke, he came 12th. Russell, I think is he the one, he was the Irish guy I let in, I think, from memory.
Irish, okay.
He was the Irish guy who got into it. Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He came 12th. Trash came 13th. Clint came 14th. Then, followed by Franz, Anthony, Sam R, Renee, Beefcake. I never learnt his name. He was only new. He joined in late. Chris, and then Andrew W. Actually, he didn't actually play any of his games. We had one player didn't play any of his games. I'm not too sure what happened there. But I tried hitting up for a couple of games. But yeah, tried to let him know. But yeah, sadly, he didn't get to play any of the games in the league. So yeah, he finished with a score of 0. Did
he get prizes at the end?
Yeah, he's still got prizes if you contact me. I haven't heard from him, so everyone's got prizes. Everyone should be everyone who was part of the league should be contacting me on the thing. I'll let post there and that stuff. On Discord. That's the word I'm thinking.
Discord.
I remember what it was.
Yeah,
Discord. Yes, one of us is still awake. What is it? It's 9:40. It's past my bedtime.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's all on. So it's pretty much everything is posted in Discord on the Australian Discord, all the results and everything like that, and prize and stuff. So. People looking for more information, they can go there.
Any more games to be uploaded on Fly Casual, or that's it for games?
No, pretty much all the league games are up. I plan to probably start playing some more games online soon and record those and get those up as well, hopefully. I want to, so we'll see what happens. Just life is interesting at the moment.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we live in interesting times.
Yes, all I want to do is play some live Armada. I'm itching to get out and go and play, but of course, Dan the man says no, so I have to stay.
Dictator Dan says we must stay home.
Yes.
We can't go anywhere.
Correct.
It's for your own good. It's your own safety.
Oh, anyone in South Australia, there is an Armada tournament tomorrow, I believe. Luke, you can tell me off for this one. I saw some comments. So if you are in the South Australia Adelaide section, head over to tabletop.
You know, if I leave now,
you have to get over you have to go over the border for stars.
The question is, hey, Luke, can you meet me half a k up the border at South Australia? I'll just walk across the paddocks. Can you pick me up and bring me down?
Yeah, well,
wait for a comment. Luke, you there? Can you meet me at the border? And I'll walk across I'll drive to the border. I can get to the border easily enough. And then I know a place like a little bit further north where I can walk across and not get busted. So if you can meet me there tonight, and then you can drive him back in. Is that a possibility?
Make that 2.
2? Yeah. I'll swing past your place. I'll pick you up. We'll do it now.
Right, let's go.
Come on. Let's do it, Luke. Get back to us. Come on.
All right. Yeah!
10 minutes there. All right, let's end it. Mars, I'm coming to your place now. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, I'll send you the address, Rush. All right? Yeah, so we'll bring the streaming stuff, and hopefully we can stream from there tomorrow.
I wish.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I didn't know that Australian Federal Police were watching us.
Oh, hello. Hey, guys.
Hello. Uh-oh.
All right. I think that's kind of it for tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Any ideas, discussions, thoughts, queries, definitely note it down. Type us on, see us on Facebook. Have any idea for any future streams that you want us to talk about, any ship strategies, anything that you want to think about Armada, let us know. We'll be happy to discuss, Ian and I, on any Armada strategies. But apart from that, thank you for tuning in tonight. Tell all your friends about them, and remember, subscribe, like us on Facebook, and fly casual.
And don't forget, if Mars owes you an apology, you can contact him for one also.